keep your eye on John Stockton and Chris Webber.
Bob, in the beginning of this game, you're going to see the Kings want to guard Karl Malone quite a bit differently. John Stockton takes a nice fall there. Hitting up slow. That's unusual for John because he's usually like a bouncing ball. He hits it and gets right back up.
And they give the personal foul to Chris Webber to start this game, and that's bad news because Webber got an early foul trouble in the other game. Want to remind you that we'll update you on that New York Knicks and Miami Heat game with interviews at halftime, so be sure and stay with us for that. Miami getting the victory, 83-73.
Are you familiar with the term decleated? We used to say it during football when someone got hit so hard you saw the bottoms of both of their cleats. They are airborne, feet up in the air, and that just happened to John Stockton. Look at Webber just head up the court. Listen, John Stockton changed directions without his feet being on the ground. How do you propel yourself in another direction if your own feet don't throw you that direction? I'm saying that because these delusional fanboys will try and pretend that things like this aren't real or that Stockton flopped or whatever. Stockton just took a blow from a guy LeBron James' size, 6'10", 245, an inch taller, 5 pounds lighter. John Stockton is 6'1", 170. That blow from Chris Webber was more vicious than LeBron James has ever endured in his career. And LeBron James is the size of the guy that just delivered the blow. And yet you see LeBron James crying and on the ground all the time. But a whole nother aspect of this that is interesting is listening to the announcers.
John Stockton takes a nice fall there.
And they give the personal foul to Chris Webber to start this game, and that's bad news because Webber got an early foul trouble in the other game. Want to remind you that
John Stockton takes a nice fall there, followed by Chris Webber picks up the personal foul, which is bad news because he's in early foul trouble. I mean, then the game keeps going. They start talking about the scores of other games. Man, today we have announcers making a bigger deal out of fouls that they're not sure they can even see.
Did he get him? I couldn't see.
Happening to a guy who is 6'9", 250. My, how things have changed.
Pritchard looking for Tatum. Goes past James, goes inside, layup won't go. Rebound Vanderbilt. James took a shot in the face as Tatum blew by him.
It was after LeBron James was there on his knee for a while that the commentator said, oh, LeBron James took a shot to the face.
Pritchard looking for Tatum. Goes past James, goes inside, layup won't go. Rebound Vanderbilt.
See? Nothing.
James took a shot in the face as Tatum blew by him.
All right, you're covering for LeBron James because you didn't see shit at the time. I heard Chris Webber talk about that hit on the Dan Patrick show, and he called it a nice screen, and it was premeditated. He said that he told his coach in order to set a tone or to try and lessen the fact that they were really intimidated by the Jazz, that he was going to lay out John Stockton.
And I felt that our team was in awe of them. We were younger, and so I told Coach Alderman before the game, I said, on the first play of the game, I'm going to lay Stockton's ass out. And Coach said, are you sure? I said, yeah. I said, trust me, Coach. It's the first game. We just need to do it.
Can you imagine premeditating putting a hit on LeBron James today and getting away with it? Don't tell me that LeBron James isn't protected when you can't even imagine a team saying or doing that, even though he deserves it terribly. He tries to physically bully everyone, and no one will play physical back. It's crazy.
Lay him out on the screen. I'm talking about I lay him out. One of the best screens I ever did. Got my shoulder kind of in that head area, too, to kind of make it a little dirty.
Furthermore, that's not really a legal screen. He stepped into the moving offensive player and lowered his shoulder. He sticks his leg and his shoulder out into the path. That's illegal, but, you know, LeBron does that all the time.
He pops up off the ground, pats me on the butt, and says, nice screen. do you know how demoralizing that is?
That last part is also a drastic change from today. How many players in the league now do you think would ever use the strategy of showing that you're so tough, whatever they do isn't going to bother you? Hell no. They are going to cry to the refs, take to Twitter at halftime. In LeBron's case, just stay on the ground, stop the game, look for where the cameras are, and make sure that they have the best angle of you carrying on, right to the league the next morning, right to your buddy Adam Silver the next morning. Have the refs increase your already absurd number of free throws as a reward for complaining. No, just being tough and trying to mentally outduel the other team, non-existent.